Hi, this is Keir from Shopify. Today we're going to have a look at the 404 template. I'm just going to open up my browser, and I've already browsed to medium.com, and as you can see the layout's really quite nice. We've got a graphic going down the left hand side of the page here and a stream of articles going down the right. But if I browse to a resource that doesn't exist, and I know this doesn't because I tried it earlier, and it's called 404, this will render our 404 page, and as you can see it looks really different. We've got a full screen graphic in the background, a sort of icon here to say 404, and then a link back to the home page. Obviously the markup will be very different for that. But let's have a look at our Shopify for Designers site and see what happens if we type the same URL. Now this URL doesn't exist on my site, and so we do render our 404 template. 404 page not found with 3 exclamation points, and then a paragraph here with a link to all our collections. Now what you'll notice here is this particular template has been rendered with our default layout file. We've still got a link to our cart and our checkout and some other links, but what if we wanted to make it a little bit more like the Medium 404 page, where we could hook into some CSS so that we could apply a graphic to the background and various other things? Well, in order to do that, it's actually quite simple. I'm just going to open up my Shopify for Designers theme, and just let me show you the 404.liquid page here. As you can see, this is the 2 lines, the H2 and the paragraph. Now by default, the theme.liquid layout file is applied to that. That's why we've got the H1 and the links. But we could actually create a new layout file. I've actually done that here. It's called 404-layout.liquid in our layout folder. And we could take out things like the H1 and the menus, and then just apply a class to the body, in this case 404, and then hook into that in our CSS and make our 404 page look however we want. As you can see here, I've taken out some of the conditional liquid tags that we have in our default layout file, theme.liquid. Just let me show you those. As we know, it's the 404 page. We don't need to check to fill out the title tag. And we've also taken out some of the logic down here where we check for things like the list collections template. And also we include our header snippet here because we don't want the links to appear. So it's a very stripped down layout file. As we know we're only going to apply this to our 404 page, I'm quite happy just to leave the title tag as page not found, but you could change that accordingly to however you want to describe the fact that the page doesn't exist. Now in order to make our 404 page render with that particular layout file, all we have to do is the following. We use the liquid logic tags here, and we say layout, and then in quotes we type 404-layout. We don't need the .liquid extension, but we do need to close the percentage and the brace. So I'm just going to save that. All being well, that will sync up to our site. And now, if this has worked, our layout file will render, but without these particular items in it. There we go. And if I just have a quick look at the source and scroll down to the body element, you'll see that we've got our class 404 has been applied to our body, and we can just hook into that via our CSS file and make any changes that we want to make that look entirely different to the rest of the site. Okay, that's a really quick overview of how you can customize the 404 page with an alternative layout. I hope you find it useful. If you have any questions, feel free to get in touch. My email address is Keir, that's Keir, @shopify.com, or you can find me on Twitter, where my handle is @KeirWhitaker. Thanks a lot.